All right, we've got an old Challenger model 27,000 two-post lift, and one of the sides has become rather leaky. You can see all the sawdust I put down there to try to trap the stuff from dirtying up my floor. And what we've done thus far is we raised the unit up until the locks held the stanchions up there off the floor above where one of the cylinders could clear to come out. I got a ladder, this guy a rat chair, and put him up there. Took a 2x4 after I opened up the hydraulic valve and held it with just a simple rope and put pressure on that 2x4 to push that thing down. And now I've got clearance. You can see the bottom of the 2x4 rat chair pushing against that, pushing it down. Basically takes just about all my weight to get it down. So we have it in this position. Now I should be about ready to pull this cylinder out, and that'll require just a removal of the hydraulic line to it, and then it should just basically pull right out. It's free. It's freestanding within the constraints of the chain and the hydraulic line. So we'll try to get this out and try to get it into a CO repair facility, cylinder repair facility, and see if we can't get this thing. Okay, we've gotten a little bit farther down the line, and what we found is that you need to get that carrier there 69 inches off the ground. I counted the dogs. I think it's like the 27th safety dog. If you go in here, you see these safety dogs. You hear those guys click as you go up. By the time you get to 27, you should be 69 inches off the ground. The reason you need to do that is becomes apparent when I show you this. There's your hydraulic nipple down there. Probably not able to see it. Sorry for the cam work, folks. But that thing is impossible to get to in that little metal box that you see around it. What Challenger has done is right below that 69-inch mark of the dog, they've put a coupling in there. And you'll be able to take that apart now, and then that'll all slip off. So the cylinder, again, is just free floating. It should come right out once I take that coupling apart up above, and then we can take that off on the bottom as well. All right, so my apologies for not really showing you what I'm doing, but I'm trying to explain as best I can. I just got that hydraulic hose disconnected at the junction. And as you can see, this thing is all sitting in here freely. Even this top of this unit comes off, as you can see right there. I'm gonna set that down on the ground. And then, again, this line is loose. Everything's just floating right in there. And again, that's just free to pull up. Unfortunately, I'm not strong enough with one arm to pull it out, so I can show you that it's free, but all I have to do now is pull it out and I'll take it in to get it serviced. As I explained in the last segment, that unit was free floating and I was able to lift it out. I took it to a dealer, hydraulic dealer to repair shop, at least, a hydraulic repair shop, to get it repaired, and it has new seals in it, and I've just reattached that unit down on the bottom down there. Again, that's that free floating coupling that's down on the bottom of the unit, and I'm about ready to go ahead and just put this back in to the lift, and we'll start putting things back. So again, my apologies for being a one-horse show and not being able to show you this, but I got a little keeper nut there for that hose to keep that all back and out of the way of all these chains that you see in here, so it doesn't wear out that hose. And the hydraulic line hose that I've been calling it is, you can see back in here, that junction is all put together. So now we're going to put that pulley back on top of this guy, wrap the chain all up, and see about putting some hydraulic fluid in the system, pumping things up and seeing if we've got a working. Okay, so as you can see, we've got everything bolted back together in here, and that's all ready to go. A couple of things you want to know as well. I've got, it's a little bit difficult to put fluid into this, so I had to take off this little elbow in here because I couldn't get anything to flow through that elbow into the unit. So using this ATF funnel going into there, that seemed to take it pretty well. And so I replaced the fluid that was spent on my floor, and I'll put this all back together, and then we'll start raising this up and see whether or not it works. One thing I wanted to point out is, you see this cap here? That's the cap that goes on top of that elbow that comes out of here. Well, that cap is vented, and you want to make sure that your pump is vented, and then also the ends of each of these cylinders have an outlet on them. And you want to make sure that if that is not capped solid, so you want a hole in any cap that goes into there so that can breathe. If it ends up leaking from there, that means your seals are having a problem and that you need to replace them or get somebody to service your hydraulic cylinders. So we'll bolt this all together and put it into action and see if it works. So I was able to get the chains all lined up, this all buttoned up, and ran the pump until everything pushed the cylinders up into and aligned with each other from side to side. And now I'm lowering the units in order to be able to put the arms onto that dog on that side over there. And I'll get back to you in a little bit. So the preliminary results look pretty good. I've cycled it, and both sides are consistent with each other. You can hear the dogs working like they're supposed to. And we've been able to cycle this a couple times. Should be good for a load. Okay, looks like it's working. No leaks. Got a flying 36 Ford pickup on it. And everything seems like it's good. There's the bad side right there. No issues. So, looks like we got this thing squared away. It's good to be back in business.